83, then tonight cloudy with a low of 65. Farmer's Kitchen and Bar connects the local harvest directly to downtown Minneapolis. They prioritize sourcing as many ingredients as possible from local farmers. Check them out on South 2nd Street next to the Guthrie Theater, open Wednesday through Sunday. Visit farmerskitchenandbar.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
It's a good day to be Indigenous.
They are going to become more brutal.
Because all the hippies were trying to be Indians anyway.
They're going to become more repressive because it's a matter of dollars and their illusionary concepts of power.
Hey, Victor.
We must live in balance with the earth.
And also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee.
I am awake. Hey, Cudahy to all my friends and relatives in four directions. You are listening to Native Roots Radio Presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot. Hey, we discuss local, national, Native news and events, and as you know, Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues.
And we're very grateful to our sponsors for this segment, Violet Wine and Spirits, also Amy Ruzick of No Place Like Home at Remax Results, and Planned Parenthood, who believes everyone deserves health care that respects their identity, offering everything from gender-affirming care to telehealth across their 10 Minnesota locations. Online at ppncs.org.
Hey, big Peeny Gigi. Thank you, Robert. That was Robert Lilligren, our friend, usually on Thursdays on Native Roots Radio, and he is the CEO of Native American Community Development Institute. We also have our friend Alfred Walkingball here, who is a unbelievable radio person himself. So I have two giants here, and I feel like I should just hand the show over to you guys. Welcome, Alfred, and welcome, Robert.
How everybody? We don't stay you happy, everybody. Happy Pride, happy Pride.
Love it. And Bujun and Danganaduk. Hello, my relatives. So happy to be here, Robert. And I appreciate what you do for the community.
Yeah, big Peeny Gigi, thank you. One of the things I just want to lead off with is I ran into a relative of ours before Pride started today, and he told me something about a drum for the first time. Robert, do you have that in front of you? First time ever Native Americans are going to have a drum in the parade on Sunday, and I just think that's just a huge, huge deal, and really, really excited. Pride is pride, but there's also things that Pride does great and Pride doesn't do so good. So this is one of the good ones.
I think this is really exciting, Robert. And there's a traveling exhibition that's on display here that's called Two Spirit and MMAWR Voices. And they are having a drum in the parade for the first time. And they put out a call for our Two Spirit brothers and sisters to march in the parade with them. And so they're meeting up at 3rd Avenue and Hennepin Avenue, 3rd Street rather, and Hennepin Avenue, Sunday at 9:30 a.m. They say, bring your good energy and help us celebrate this powerful and meaningful moment together. Water and snacks will be provided. So march with our relatives tomorrow in the parade.
You know, the only thing missing is a free T-shirt, and I'd show up. Water and snacks.
I'm tired of you promising me free T-shirts.
Oh no!
I'm there with the snacks.
Oh no! Alfred, that's unbelievable information. I know you've been living in the Twin Cities a long time, but wow, that's just great to hear.
Yeah. It's been every year. So I'm usually in the parade, but toward the back. So like I'm either going with out front or with Peggy Flanagan or whoever's running for office. Last year is Dwayne Davis, and so like I missed the front of the parade. I missed the whole thing, so I'm just standing there for 3 hours. But every time I see photos, I think, oh man, they really missed an opportunity. They really missed an opportunity. And the last couple of years, they've started with a grass dancer who was leading the parade, and so now it's the fact that they're starting with a drum. Like,
I love it.
All right, that's right. That's progress. That's how we do it.
Alfred and I marched together with Dwayne Davis, who was an excellent candidate.
You had a great cheer last year.
What was it? I don't even remember.
What was it? Elect a gay mayor.
Right.
What was it?
Elect a gay mayor.
Yeah.
That was the punchline.
That was good. Well, I also see every once in a while on your social media, you have a great picture, Robert Lilligren, of you in Pride with the fist up, and
Right.
I always like to use that one.
I reposted it again today, Robert. I don't know if you saw, but it's from my times on the Minneapolis City Council, my delegation contingent in the parade. It was really loud. It was bikes mostly. I think I might have been on some kind of motor vehicle or electric vehicle, but the picture is just loud, right? I've got rainbow stuff all over me, fist up, whistle blowing out of my mouth, and it's a very useful photo. For one thing, it's about 15 years old or something, so I look incredibly young and fresh.
You are incredibly young.
Oh, right.
Great,
And
makes you seem young.
yeah, and it just seems loud. And at the start of this most recent presidential administration, I posted it and I said, I will not go quietly.
Yeah,
Not
definitely.
go back.
One thing, Alfred, I just want to say too, we're on a progressive radio station, so we can speak our truth. And I know sometimes when we're on public radio, I know I have to be careful what I send to KFAI. So speak your truth and talk a little bit about your show that you do on KFAI.
Oh yeah, we absolutely we say whatever we want.
Okay, good.
Anytime we cover anything mildly controversial, the only thing I say is like the views and opinions expressed on the show are not those of KFAI, but they should be.
Yeah. Oh, I got to remember that.
Yes.
I got to remember that because I get one of those emails, every once in a while.
Yeah. No, it's been good. We've been I've been hosting the fourth Thursdays on Fresh Fruit, the nation's longest running weekly queer radio show,
Love it.
for 6 years now. Yeah, it's been, time flies. The collective, it's the Fresh Fruit Collective, so it's Dixie Trickle, Roxanne Anderson, Shimmer, Quinn Villagomez, and then the three of us. There are three personalities on our show. So we my friend Comrade Tom and our friend Malcolm Lee. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you. And I just got to say this before we move on and talk more about Pride, is that I've caught your radio show, your morning radio show, and I just want to say you're missed. It was I know it was a lot of work, but you
Grand
were missed
entry.
when you did your grand entry.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, well, one day when I can take Fridays off again, it'll come back.
Well, I heard you're a board member of the the Circle now. So
The Square.
you guys caught that, huh? The Circle, and I don't know if your Fridays will be open.
Yeah.
And for
I-
folks who, I'm sorry, go
No, I was going to say all of my dance parts filled up now. So
right. For folks from outside the Twin Cities area, the Circle is our leading Native newspaper in the community here, and Robert Pilot just took on as chief editor. I see in the first issue just came out. It's a new format. It's a glossy quarterly. I've heard a little birds have been chirping that it might become a monthly quarterly.
Oh, don't say that
Online.
to board members right there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe you didn't know that yet. Sorry about that.
I see. I'm the treasurer, so I see all the bills.
Right. No, I hear you.
That's
But
right.
this first issue is beautiful, Robert. You should be proud of it.
Yeah.
And it's support of the community.
Right.
And that's it. We couldn't be doing what we do without the support of the community.
Love it.
And
It's
Alfred wrote an article.
Yep.
You'll be writing articles. Alfred's in the board. It's all who we know and all the strengths, because as you both know, I'm not a writer and I'm not a publisher, but I have a team in the community that are, and I appreciate that so
You
much.
have put together a great team, and I know it's kind of a who's who that's published in this first issue, articles, opinion pieces. I did notice I wasn't included in that, but I'm not going to hold it against you, Robert.
You'll be launching our weekly online column. We'll do that.
All right, deal.
Thank you, Alfred. Yes, with a picture, updated picture, or any picture you want.
Great.
You can run it through AI.
No, I think I think it was really good. I got to see the first issue, and it looks gorgeous. It looks really
Gorgeous.
great. You did a good job, and I think I agreed to join the board when I found out that you were going to be the new editor, because there's so much potential there for the Circle, and it's just been underutilized. So I think props to Kat for holding it down for
Forever.
I added it up 26 years.
Wow.
26 years. 13 years before I was the managing editor and 13 years after I was managing it.
And that's right.
We're
You
the
were.
pivot.
Yeah.
And what's great to have you on speed dial is you are a former editor yourself. So this is double to have you on the board and writing and on speed dial. I just got to remember. I got to figure out how you can block your number when you call someone.
So I'll answer.
So he picked.
Right.
Yeah, let me know when you find out how to do that. Sounds useful.
Yeah. No, it was really good, and because the energy and the ideas that you have are the ones that I wanted to make happen when I was running it, and then finances were always issue, but I was not a good fundraiser, and now I am. So
Well, here's my humble brag. I was the one that introduced the board members who interviewed me as kind of a what's the future of the circle. I was able to connect him with Robert because I thought he'd be a great
Excellent.
candidate. So
I
played
know.
a
I didn't know if you
little
wanted
role.
that brought up at that.
I don't mind. I don't know if you wanted it brought up.
Oh, I definitely. Again, it's a cliche, but it really isn't. It takes a village. It takes a community, and this is a community paper, and it's my privilege to keep it going. And with everybody's legacy that's been involved, published or wrote an article, and I was so glad that I ran into you at the DNC and that you agreed to write an article.
Yeah.
Really, it's just things like that don't happen by mistake.
So these guys were both delegates to our DFL.
I love Robert. He explains, he codes everything. I
all of our
say.
shorthand. Yeah.
Right. So
Thank you.
thanks for representing the community. It was a bumper crop of native delegates there. 40, right?
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and I just want to break in here real quick with my producers right out here, and I just wanted her to say hi real quick. Misko, if you can grab a microphone at the same time.
Bonjour.
Yeah, in being able to do the circle, I hired another producer again, so I can spend more time specifically with the circle. So it's been really a blessing to have Misko come on and be a producer and be on air. And she's a young woman warrior, and she's the future. So Misko, big Pini Gigi for being out here and being the producer of Native Roots Radio.
Buju, Gakinoia, Misko Gimiwan, Indigena Kaz, Makwa, and Dodame, Waswaganik, Nandunjaba. Hello, my relatives. It's so good to be here at Pride. It's so good to represent and to see familiar faces. I just want to say honored to be here, and I just love listening to you guys on the radio.
And you've learned so much. And I mean, I'm joking around. I've learned so much over the 10 years I've been on. And we talked about how much, because being a Gen Z, you're trying to pay bills and do all these things. And you don't have time a lot of times to listen to the radio.
Yeah, I think it's super important that people my age start getting involved and just start learning. And then, like you always say, we're the next generation to carry the teachings and to carry the good word on. And so it's just an honor to be able to learn from Pilot for the past 10 years, see him grow, but also kind of grow alongside and with him.
I love it. And Robert Pilot has a great eye for young talent, Misko. So I expect great things from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and someday Native Roots Radio with Misko may be in the future, because we've always talked about this, Robert, what's going to happen with the next generation, who's going to take over.
Heck yeah. I just want to say, Miigwech, thank you for giving me a platform. I'm used to be in front of the camera a lot, but I find myself really enjoying the production side of things. So I'm enjoying being behind the camera.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. I'm here with Robert Lilligren, CEO of Native American Community Development Institute, and Alfred Walking Bull, my right-hand person to anything I need for the circle, but also a great person and also on KFAI. So, hey, we'll be right back. This is Native Roots Radio.
Hey, it's Patrick for Zero Res. Summer is here, and Zero Res has the best deal of the summer on tap just for you right now. School's going to be out if it's not out already, and maybe you're having a graduation party at your house or a summer celebration with friends and family. Don't let rising gas prices stop you from having a clean, healthy home. Zero Res is keeping comfort affordable with powerful cleaning at a price families can feel good about. Get things off on the right foot this summer with Zero Res's big summer savings. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $149 plus $599 for a whole system air duct cleaning. Call 9520-RES or go to ZeroResMinnesota.com and say you want the AM 950 special. Backward or forward spells the same. Zero Res.
You built this life. Every single piece. Your business, your home, your people, biological chosen or both. You didn't get here by leaving things to chance. At Schroman Law, we're an all-women firm designing legal frameworks as sophisticated as the life you've built. Autonomy architecture built for you. SchromanLaw.com. That's SCHROMEN law.com.
Amy Ruzick with No Place Like Home at RE/MAX Results is proud to sponsor AM 950's booth and all the incredible live broadcasts happening throughout Pride Weekend. Amy believes that real estate is about much more than just houses. As a dedicated agent, she educates, advocates, and gives back. Whether you're buying your very first home, selling your current property, or relocating to Minnesota for a fresh start, Amy offers the personalized guidance you need to find a space that truly fits your life, not just the housing market. With LGBTQ plus rights facing ongoing challenges in so many places across the country, Minnesota stands as a welcoming beacon. Amy is deeply proud to help both new arrivals and lifelong locals find exactly where they truly belong. Experience the difference of working with a dedicated agent who is deeply rooted in the community. Discover more at noplacelikehome.info. At No Place Like Home, Amy works tirelessly for her clients while serving the community she loves.
This Pride Month, discover all the ways your public library celebrates and supports LGBTQ plus communities. Visit MELSA at booth 212 during the Twin Cities Pride Festival, June 27th and 28th in Loring Park. Share your favorite LGBTQ plus reads, browse recommendations from fellow attendees, pick up free buttons and bookmarks, and connect with local librarians. Explore the Metro Pride book list featuring books for all ages and identities. Find your next great read and learn more at melsa.org/pride-booklist.
Anine, I'm Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, and you are listening to Native Roots Radio.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Robert Pilot, and this is Native Roots Radio, and we are here live at the Twin City Pride.
Celebrating Pride Month as a proud AM 950 sponsor, Violet Wine and Spirits offers a welcoming, safe space and a rainbow of delicious drinks at their Northeast Minneapolis location or online at violetwinempls.com.
Hey, I'm here with Alfred Walking Bull and Robert Lilligren, and Alfred gave us a really cool little tidbit that I'm going to use from now on, because a couple weeks ago, my producer that you just heard, Misko, said I sounded defeated, but if I have a smile on my face, so we're comparing notes here during break, Alfred.
Oh yeah, you have to have a smile. I mean, people can hear your smile when you're talking.
And the best part about that is, who gave you that advice?
My mom. I did the radio after I graduated, the summer after I graduated high school, and she one day came home. She said, "You sound so sad. What happened?" I was like, "I'm just talking like I usually just talk." She was like, "You have to smile. People can hear your smile."
I love that.
That's great, though, isn't it, Robert?
Yeah, I love it. Great advice. And I agree.
And sometimes it's really hard to smile when we are talking about Native issues, which just encompass everything that's going on, right and wrong, with this country.
Right. And sometimes we really are sad, right?
Yeah.
We are sad.
Yeah. No, I did a piece a couple of days ago. I think it was either on my Substack or something, and it was about the intersections of being queer and being Native, especially during this time of year. So June 25th and 26th for Lakota and Cheyenne and Arapaho people is Lakota Victory Day, right? When we won the Battle of Little Bighorn, Greasy Grass. And then you have the history of June 28th, which is the beginning of the Stonewall uprisings.
Right.
And then there's just so much history in there, in those two intersections and so like the thing that I wrote was it's always a struggle, no matter what we do. But you have to remember that you come from people who pick fights and they win them.
I love that you say that, Alfred. And one of the things I've often pondered, not so much now, but certainly in my younger days, is being at that intersection of Two-Spirit being Native and LGBTQ plus, two cultures and communities that had to hide their true identities just to survive. And then I wonder how that imprinted on me.
Yeah.
What that means for me and what do I have to work through to really make my way to fully embracing all parts of my identities and being happy about it.
Yeah. It's a lifetime work, but like it's also so liberating. So when I came out, so even talking about like what it means to be Two-Spirit among the LGBT community, right? It's like I had to relate to them on their terms. So I was like, okay, so it's a form of non-binary, but it's also spiritual. It's also
cultural, historical.
And so being able to like explain that to LGBT people, right? So like even in the queer community, there's still room for us to kind of talk about what it means to be Indigenous, what it means to be Two-Spirit, what it means to be Indigiqueer. So I think that's the nice thing. Like I said, like with the drum leading the Pride Parade, is like, all right, we're making progress.
Well, it's interesting too. I've had a guest on Auntie Jess over the years, and I know she's been TikToking hard about the Two-Spirit term being just our sacred term.
Right. So you got to educate people who can use that term and who really should.
Right.
There was a musician a couple of years ago. His name is Jason Mraz. And I remember him from my college days because he was really popular then. But he came out as bisexual, and for some reason, like he thought that meant that like he could identify as Two-Spirit.
Oh boy!
Yeah, no.
He got yelled at.
Yeah. Good. And I mean, I remember Pharrell wearing a headdress and all these things that people think would know better. One of the things too we talk about a lot on Native Roots Radio and with Robert is education, the lack of education that's happened all these years. When you were talking, I was thinking about July 4th too, and we like to have protests at that used to be a sacred site, and now it's got faces of colonizers and people that owned slaves and killed Indians.
Yeah. And I will say, I feel like through the years, certainly since I was a younger man, there's broader awareness of desecration of sacred sites, what restorative measures can we take. Here we have a couple of really big projects and a lot of smaller projects too, but we have at the waterfall and the central riverfront here in Minneapolis, we have Walk on Tipi Akadayapi, which is a reclaiming of that sacred site. In St. Paul, we have Walk on Tipi, another major reclaiming of a site in the urban core. And then those kind of ripple out and it's progress, right? It's not perfect yet, but it's progress.
There's always the progress that I always tell people is like you take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. You take a step forward and 2 steps back, and that's usually how it works. The last fight in Minneapolis was over the dog park.
Right.
Did you see all that?
Oh yeah. I'm waiting for an article, Alfred.
It's coming. Oh, it was so for people who don't know, who are listening. It was was it Lower Sioux or one of the tribes has a sacred site near the dog park, and so
it's a Dakota site is what I heard.
It's a Dakota sacred site, and so our Minneapolis Park and Recreation Board voted to close it down.
Yeah,
it's kind of controversial, which surprised.
At the end of the year, that was like they gave everyone plenty of time to be like,
to find a new dog park.
Poop on some more graves.
I saw a couple things. One of our local activists said to the park board, well, why don't you just open up Lakewood Cemetery and turn that into a dog park? But there's equivalency there, right?
Right.
Lakewood is a very fancy cemetery here. And the other thing I just saw online on social media lately is a young Dakota woman reporting on this in Dakota.
Yes.
I was just amazed. I don't know, have you seen that yet?
Oh
yeah, you got to look for it.
Look at it, yeah.
It's interesting, we talk a lot about performative check the box kind of things when it comes to people experience Native stuff. I was really hoping at the Twins game for whoever did the Star Spangled Banner to do it in Dakota. And I've seen that before at a hockey team, and I was hoping for that. And the person did a beautiful job, by the way, this year at the Twins game. I just want to say that.
Yeah, maybe next year.
Yeah, well, I'm manifesting it right now over AM 950.
Yeah, well, we could call Emmy her mini horses. Do you remember Emmy? She was here years ago, and so she's from Rosebud, of course.
Okay,
we wouldn't be talking about
her. she taught at Bedote for a little bit, and she went to school here, and so she did a translation of the national anthem, the American national anthem, into Lakota. And so she's like a soprano, and she sings really well. So like every time 4th of July comes around, she usually shares the footage of like when she sang it last. But it's out there; it exists.
Wow, that's cool. I'm gonna have to either listen to the show again to get the name, or call you, Alfred.
Yeah.
Because you know me, I got a good memory, but it's short. I'm full of the dad jokes here, right?
Well, you better call him quickly before he blocks your number.
Exactly. Well, what is the vibe today? The weather's perfect.
Perfect.
I'm so happy that you guys are able to come here on AM 950 and talk with us. It's just, it warms my heart to have community support.
Well, of course. Well, it's easy for me. I just live about 10-minute walk that way. So
Party at Roberts.
Yep.
Can I park my car over there?
Yeah.
No, there's nowhere to park over there. That's everyone from Pride parks over there. It's kind of like City of Minneapolis towing season.
I have a cone in my trunk that I could bring it on over to your house.
Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah. No, it's been a good Pride, and I think there's the vibe's pretty good. The biggest kerfuffle I think was Lavender magazine has folded.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. Yeah. Just this week they just published their last issue.
Yeah.
How long has that been around? Forever.
Yeah.
Was it 35 years?
Yeah,
Something like that.
For a young guy like me, that's forever.
Yeah, right. No.
Right.
Oh wait.
And then there's been some interesting community perspective. I don't know if
Yeah,
you've seen some of that where Lavender magazine put out sort of their statement, and then there's a community counter to that statement.
Yeah, because like Lavender said that we've achieved so much, so there's no need
Everything's
for
fine.
there's no need for us to continue publishing.
Do they know who's president?
Yeah,
Right.
and so Out Front and Gender Justice and a bunch of the queer legislators in the state Senate and the House came out with a statement and basically said, no, the fight isn't done yet.
Right.
We're still you can take a rest, but we're still here.
Right.
So should we start the new Lavender, Alfred and Robert?
Yeah,
Circle.
I know
Yeah.
someone.
An offshoot of the circle.
That's right.
The rainbow.
we could do a supplemental. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea too.
Mhm.
Pride
I'm
issue.
gonna have to listen to the show again.
We're just generating them.
This is the brain trust right here.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, I always was told, and I totally believe this right now. I can't be the smartest person on air right now, or we wouldn't be having a good show.
No, I don't think there's a huge risk of that.
Touche. You didn't know I spoke French, did you?
Yeah. Well, that word. You got one word.
Oh yeah, there you go. So just to change a little bit here, I noticed this year a couple other native booths. We have our native booth, and I'm just going to say at 392, right over the other side of the duck, the big duck, and people have been coming in that listen to Native Roots Radio, and I just want to give them a big shout out. And there's a little package for both you guys there, but you have to go to the booth.
All right.
So far away.
Make you go to the booth.
And then we're broadcasting from Bruce 104 and 105. So.
Right. Yes. Yes. And I'm in 392. But I've asked you, and we have different listeners all the time. Robert, talk about your first Pride.
Oh yeah. So I attended my first Twin Cities Pride. It was just called Pride then. When I was 19 years old. Way back in 1980. Yes, I'm that old.
Whoa.
It was so different from now. It was about 2,000 people around that one little stage. We all marched. It wasn't a parade. It was a protest march, right? And then we came together, and it was very important for me as a teenager to be in community, to actually in some ways feel safe, right? Safety in numbers. But it was really empowering for me. And since then, it's grown considerably. I participated pretty much every year. often as a candidate or a politician, supporting other candidates or politicians. It's getting a little big for me now. It's quite a crowd. It's probably...
And you don't drive at night, too.
Right. It's about, 500,000 people that come down to the park, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
500,000 people attending the parades. It's 1 million people.
Yeah.
That come out for Pride now. So quite a growth from the protest movement of 1980 when I was a teenager. But I feel like that theme still permeates. Pride is protest.
I love that. Alfred, what do you think? It's become big, and I know in years past we talk about the commercialization. We have police have a booth here and things like that. What's your take?
Yeah, I think there's always an invitation for Twin Cities Pride to go from just saying, shrugging their shoulders and saying like, well, it's city mandated that we have insurance, that we have police here. I think there's an opportunity there for them to turn into an advocacy organization and say, okay, so why is there a law saying that? Right. How do we change that law, and what can we put in its place? So speaking personally, like I'm an abolitionist. I think that abolishing the police is one of the good justices that we can do in the world. And when I say abolition, I don't mean that there'll be no police. I mean that we change the nature of what community policing is, from punishment to reparation. Right, and so like that's how there are a lot of good authors who do good work on what abolition means. But I think that for Twin Cities Pride to be able to have that conversation internally and say, okay, what would it mean to do advocacy work, to do lobbying, to be able to change the law rather than just shrug and say, well, we've got to have the police anyway. And to be able to say, there's a great group called Security. And Security is this private de-escalation security group that is led by LGBTQ people. And they are at every major queer event in the Twin Cities. And they do de-escalation. And that's how they approach it, is that like they're not here to, to police or to punish people who don't belong. It's literally just to de-escalate situations.
I love it. At my day job, Native American Community Development, still use Security a lot. And we're really happy with them and their de-escalation. We also engage with Indigenous Protectors Movement, Many Shield Society. They're another de-escalation focused security group that's Native. So there are other models, right? And I feel like what's really lacking in our policing here in Minneapolis is the community voice, right? And I first got involved in organizing way back in 1980 and around security issues. And we're still having those same damn conversations 47 years later, right? And it's like, okay, we got to be serious about this.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You guys, it's just amazing. I'm at that age. I'm a little younger than Robert, but I'm at that age.
You're 1 year.
A little bit. 6 months. No, it is, phones are really showing what the police do. Can you imagine? I mean, Rodney King was an accident. The guy had a video camera right by his window, and he saw Rodney King getting beat up. And that was the beginning of really seeing what the police can do, bad cops can do when they're not being videotaped. Or
I think we all have some story, right?
Oh, yeah.
I used to work at a hotel right over there. I had an apartment right over there. Walking home through the park, I got shoved around by police because they thought I was up to no good. I'm like, hey, man, I'm just walking home from work.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm here with our friend Robert Lilligren and Alfred Walking Bull, and we're here at Twin City Pride, and we're really enjoying this right now. And we're going to take a quick break. This is Native Roots Radio at Pride on AM 950.
Hey, it's Patrick for Zero Res. Summer is here, and Zero Res has the best deal of the summer on tap just for you right now. School's going to be out if it's not out already, and maybe you're having a graduation party at your house or a summer celebration with friends and family. Don't let rising gas prices stop you from having a clean, healthy home. Zero Res is keeping comfort affordable with powerful cleaning at a price families can feel good about. Get things off on the right foot this summer with Zero Res's big summer savings. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $149, plus $599 for a whole system air duct cleaning. Call 9520-RES or go to ZeroResMinnesota.com and say you want the AM 950 special. Backward or forward spells the same. Zero Res.
Hi, this is Chad from AM 950. I've been telling you about Snap Construction, the company AM 950 trusts for all roofing and siding needs. Now that spring is here and summer is around the corner, now is a great time to find out why AM 950 trusts Snap Construction. Ryan, the owner, and his team at Snap Construction have been great to work with, and they have enjoyed working with our listeners.
Hi, this is Ryan, owner of Snap Construction. We've absolutely loved working with the listeners at AM 950. What a great group of people and a great radio station. I personally want to thank all the listeners that we've had the opportunity to work with. At Snap Construction, we look forward to working with many more of you when it comes to your roofing, siding, windows, and insulation. Don't just take Chad's word for it. Google Snap Construction, arguably the most well-reviewed roofing, siding, window, and insulation contractor in the Twin Cities metro. We led this community with a lifetime craftsmanship warranty. Don't wait to get a free estimate. Call today, 612-333-SNAP, 612-333-SNAP, or visit us online, snapconstruction.com.
Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces would like to show you the Dimplex electric fireplaces, available in many styles and ingenious ways to simulate fire and flame. Come see Dimplex electric fireplaces in operation at Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces. You can create a place for fire everywhere in your home. No need for chimney or gas line or firewood. And you can enjoy a cozy flame all year round because with electric fireplaces, you have the option of having a fire without the heat.
If you've been missing fire in your life, an electric fireplace may be an attractive and smart option. An electric fireplace insert can also be a clever way to bring life to an existing non-functioning fireplace. Enjoy the fireplace as the place in your home to gather together, the place in your home to relax and reflect. Experience the place for fire as the fundamental center of your home.
Come see the Dimplex electric fireplaces at Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces, 2901 East Franklin Avenue in Minneapolis, and online at woodlandstoves.com. Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces, out of the ordinary products and services since 1977.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Today, sunshine with a high of 83, then tonight, cloudy with a low of 65. Farmer's Kitchen and Bar connects the local harvest directly to downtown Minneapolis. They prioritize sourcing as many ingredients as possible from local farmers. Check them out on South 2nd Street next to the Guthrie Theater, open Wednesday through Sunday. Visit farmerskitchenandbar.com. You're listening to AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
Hey, welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake.
As a proud sponsor of our AM 950 live broadcast at Twin Cities Pride, Amy Ruzick with No Place Like Home at REMAX Results combines expert real estate guidance with a deep commitment to advocating for the LGBTQ community. Find your place at noplacelikehome.info.
Thank you so much, Robert. Hey, I'm here with Elford Walking Bull and Robert Lilligren, and we are just got the last 20 minutes of the show here, and I just want to again say a big Peenigigi thank you for coming out here and being on our show, which I like to say is our show.
Yeah, always a pleasure. Chimigwech for having me having us on.
Yeah,
happy Pride, happy Pride,
happy Pride.
We could say that's just the rest 20 minutes.
All right,
we can do that.
We might lose a few listeners. I was going to say we might lose both our listeners.
Yeah, I think they just walked away.
I think you're right.
Well, it's a great day, and I'm glad we're able to talk freely about things because as a supporter and an ally of Pride and our Two-Spirit relatives, I always want to be able to do this in a good way, you know, and I think one of the things that's great about being on radio, but also doing Native Roots Radio, is not only you're educating everybody, because let's be frank, most of the natives do know the stuff that we talk about. We're educating our white allies, and I appreciate, and you're educating me. So I appreciate all the things that you had to say and your perspective, especially with the Two-Spirit angle.
Yeah. We've been, I think the great thing is that we have found a way to incorporate a lot of LGBTQ and Two-Spirit and Indigenous identities here at Pride. And I think the big shout out that I have is to Nick Metcalf and to Rox Anderson. This is the 25th year of Power to the People stage?
I think it is. I know it was a big anniversary.
Yeah. And so Nick was also awarded as the BIPOC Leader of the Year for Twin Cities Pride. And he's also from my reservation, Rosebud.
Right. Well, and those two, Rox and Nick Metcalf, Rox Anderson, have been getting a lot of righteous recognition for their work and their long-term commitment. And I have a lot of day-to-day dealings with Dr. Nick Metcalf. He's quite an enhancement within our community and really lifting up the work of the community, organizing it, moving it forward. And I'm very grateful to him for his work.
Yeah, that's excellent. I appreciate that. And again, there's information that we need to talk about. I appreciate you bringing that up, Alfred.
Yeah.
So what is next for you, Alfred? And then I'm going to ask you that too, Robert. What's next? And I know Robert and I are a little older, so it's like we talk about a lot about how do we move on and hand over things that we're doing and done and to the younger generation. You're still in the younger generation, per se.
Bless you.
Hold on to it while it lasts. So.
Yeah, thank you. Enjoy it while it lasts.
I got into the habit of saying "in my middle age," and all of my aunties are like, "Shh, shh."
Makes us old.
You're not that old. You're not that. I'm like, I'm 44. It's right
I
there.
wish I was 44 again.
So what's next?
I think a lot of what I really want to work on is we talk about. I've been talking about this with a couple of friends and like how we talk about narrative, and what I have is like narrative arc with a K, right? Like the stuff that we. So like by and large, the struggles that we're having in this country and the struggles that we're having in Minnesota are parallel, but there are different interruptions that happen. So when we talk about, when we say things like this land was built, or this country was built on stolen land with stolen labor, and it profits off of stolen bodies and stolen lives, right? Like that hits different for a lot of people because they've been told their entire lives that, this country was tamed by pioneers came and tamed the wilderness, and
Tame merciless savage.
And dealt with merciless Indian savages. And so the thing that I'm really, and this is why like part of working with the circle again is that like being able to have those channels to be able to say like, well, there's been a whole history here that you weren't told about, and helping people to deal with that. And sometimes when I tell people about like our history and how like I did an article. I went to Sisseton Wahpeton for their Pride celebrations, and the activist at the time, Vernon Red Day, I think he's since passed, but he did a really good history, and I was glad I was there to like write it down and report on it. And he was talking about how. For Sisseton Wahpeton, Dakota, the reason why they didn't have a lot of, he went to his elders and asked why there wasn't a lot of wisdom about Two-Spirit people, and they told him this is because when the missionaries came, they came and started plucking you all out, and we never saw you again. So we had to hide you, and we had to hide all of our knowledge about your society. And so when the elders started passing, like that knowledge went away. And so the whole process, like I said, is what stories are we telling people, and how are we telling them? And and so when I think about things like, it goes as high as like reservation dogs, right? Like having that media presence to be able to say like Indigenous people are still here and we're still amazing and we're still great. and being able to say, and Two-Spirit people here, like this is why I don't shut up about Dr. Nick Metcalf, because like he's the reason why I almost came here when I was a teenager.
Well, what's interesting too, we talk about this on Native Roots Radio, is that when they came for the Two-Spirit and the Medicine first.
Mm-hmm. I heard a similar story from our revered elder Sharon Day about how her tribe hid their Two-Spirit members. And she said it just really made an impression on her. She was talking to an elder and trying to gather some of that old information. And one of her elders said, no, we had to hide them to protect them, right? And then the elder that Sharon was talking to said, perhaps we hid them too well.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's reclaiming that.
Yeah, well, things are changing, and we got to keep changing, but we still got to keep fighting. Robert, what's the future for you?
I am in less than a week. I'll be 66 years old. So trying to really figure out what being an elder in my context means. And I've had the very great good fortune and privilege to be able to move inside the system and try to change things from the inside, put in part of government for like 25 years, representative government. And I just really lift up what Alfred said about narrative change. That's really what it's about. I'm so fortunate and privileged in my day job to be part of helping to shift that narrative, to be making sure that in every ecosystem we're centering Native voices, centering Native values. Indigenous solutions are the solutions to a lot of what ails us these days.
Yeah.
But part of this trying to figure out how to be a good elder in this complicated urban context. And for me, it means making space, right? I've been transitioning several leadership positions I have to younger people in the community. But a fundamental lesson I learned not too long ago, when my dear friend Andrea Jenkins got elected as the first Black transgender woman elected to any office in the country. Mm-hmm. What I learned from that, her boss, former Councilmember Elizabeth Glidden, stepped aside so Andrea could run and win easily. And she said, Andrea said something like, Elizabeth made space for me.
Wow, yeah.
So how do I make space for other people? If I don't step out of my space, others can't step into it.
I want to just mention a couple things here before we get off the air. How much AM 950 has been an ally to the Native voice here. I produce other shows that come on after our show at 6 p.m. And just AM 950's booth here and how they really, really amplify our relatives that are, Two-Spirit and gay and lesbian and transgender on this station. I just want to give them a big shout out. And two, also remind everyone that the Gailey Show is going to be up next. And I wanted to say that too. But I just want to say a big Peeny Gigi for this opportunity to be here in this space with AM 950 too.
Thanks. It's some great people watching.
Yeah.
Proceed. Yes. Proceed.
And in between break, we can sit down even.
Right. That was nice.
That's what I like. So what do we got here? We got a good 7 minutes here. We really talked about a lot of things. So Wendy's at home with our poor relative. Our poor dog is heading on the Rainbow Bridge. I appreciate that. And I just kind of got a little emotional there.
Yeah, no doubt.
But what do we see? How do we feel for the rest of the day, the rest of the weekend of this celebration? Because like everyone says, oh, it's Indian month. And it's like, nah, it's always Indian month. Right. So how do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I think for me, it's the reminder. I did a little posting on one of my accounts, and I said, being a truth teller and speaking truth to power always comes with a cost, and that cost is people will be annoyed with you a lot of the time. People will not want to hear what you have to say, but it's important. It's important to continue saying that when we talk about equity and when we talk about justice, right? Like people keep struggling and people keep trying to find ways to win in the fights. And part of it is like, well, you can also go back to the original injustice. You can go back to what it means to honor the treaties. You can go back to what it means to uplift Two-Spirit folks back into society. Because I think that's another thing that we don't talk about within the Native community. It's just been happening. Over the last couple of years, it's been happening in my reservation, where there's now a pride parade.
Nice.
It was, I didn't know about it until my old boss was on Facebook Live, and she was so cute about it. She all the cars. So back home, the parades are just cars with, those are the floats. They get decked out with star quilts and everything. And she was on there, and she said, happy month. And she was like, Brookie, what's the month with all the colors? Her son just said, Pride, Mom. Happy Pride, everybody. So I think when we have the conversations, even amongst ourselves, about what LGBTQ relatives particular challenges are, right? Like we have to have that nuanced conversation, because when we can have that conversation, then we can start healing in that space. Then it just radiates out. Right, and I don't want to be like a magical native, right? Like I don't want.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I feel some magic going on here.
But that's how healing works. Is it just keeps going. And so when you can talk about what it means to honor the treaty, so when we talk about land back, I don't want your little one bedroom in South Minneapolis. When I say land back, maybe when I was apartment hunting, but not anymore. But when we talk about those sort of things, it means that there's a healing that's happening, there's a restoration that's happening, and people only do well when we all, like Wellstone said, we all do better when we all do better.
Boy, I miss him, but yeah, that's still rings true to this day, Robert.
Yeah, thanks. So beautifully said, Alfred. I just really agree with and support everything that you said. And for me, again, going back, 27 years now at Pride, and just watching this growth and the more complicated conversations we're having within the community. This is sort of the big Pride, corporate Pride. There's a People's Pride celebration in another park. But I think this weekend is about celebration and community, and then getting our strength up for the next battles ahead. We are under attack our rights are under attack from so many areas, and it's going to take organizing and community standing together across cultures to really protect us. And so I see this as a precursor to really coming together, and unfortunately for a while, a defensive posture.
Yeah. Well, I just want to, we're winding down here, and I just want to really say a big Pini Gigi. Again, I learned so much from the guests, and today's been no exception to that. Or an exception. No exception. And I really appreciate you. I appreciate Pride, and I appreciate just the beautiful day that the Creator made. And I guess I'm only 6 months younger than you.
Okay.
And
still your elder, and I demand your respect.
Yeah, you got it. So I'm just happy. I want to give a shout out to the producers here, and again, up next the Gailey Show. And again, AM 950s. I wouldn't have half the things I have right now if it wasn't for AM 950. And then, so I appreciate it. Hey, we're still here. We are the seventh generation. Gailey Show up next.